I even pulled out my director's chair for this one. And my View Askew t-shirt. Just to say, Kevin Smith, you've failed us all. Good day, everybody. I just have to say, dear Hollywood, hire better writers. Learn how to build characters, give them struggles, and come up with new ideas, come up with new stories. Stop regurgitating old shit and then changing it to fit whatever moral idea that you're trying to shove through people's throats. All right? Please. What really tipped me over the edge is Scooby-Doo. It's not Thelma being a lesbian. Even as kids, we knew she didn't want anything to do with guys in general. She thought Fred and mostly all guys were idiots. Like, we kind of knew this, all right? No fucking big surprise. Then Mindy Kaling, whatever, is playing Thelma. So you wanna put an Indian girl in as Thelma. Don't make Thelma Indian now. Then Shaggy is black. Okay, even more stereotypical. Let's make the stoner dumbass black. And that's okay, because black representation, even though the representation is not fucking great. What really bothers me about this shit show is there's no Scooby. A show, or now movie, whatever it's going to be, called Scooby-Doo does not have Scooby-Doo. The whole reason we watched it. It's like having Thundercats and no Thundercats. It's like having Transformers with no Transformers. What are you doing? You just took the one thing that made that show what it is, classically and iconically, and said, let's change everything about it and pull out the one thing that was attracting us to actually watch it. Nobody wanted to watch fucking 4 human adults walk around, solve mysteries. It was about Scooby. That's why he's the title of the fucking show. But you guys are doing this with everything. And it's sickening. Scooby-Doo with no Scooby-Doo. And then Kevin Smith, in his bright ideas, wants to redo He-Man with no He-Man. Let's kill him off. And then we're going to try to maybe get him back, maybe not. And you fucking cock tease. You fucking cock tease. I'm sorry. It's not just that. Like, I want to make this comparison without sounding like an asshole. Like Bros is bombing at the box office. It's no surprise. Not because it's a show about gay people, but because, for me, whole cast is gay. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not believable. Not believable at all. That in this group of friends, in these two guys' groups of friends, because I'm sure that at some point in this romantic comedy, they're going to go back to their friends and talk about the partner for the good things and the bad things, like normal fucking life. And you're telling me that none of these people have a straight friend? None. My girl knows a gay couple. She's friends with them. They're good friends. So if that gay couple knows her and are friends with her, then gay people have straight friends. Already not believable. The other part that's not really going to be believable to me, and guys, this is my opinion and my experience. Gay Hollywood does not see the world or face the world like regular people, like gay regular people in the real world with real world problems. My mom had a gay friend I remember when I was a kid, and he was like the I'll buy you fucking groceries kind of friend. Close. My next door neighbor in Florida when I was growing up, gay male couple. My dad didn't even know that he was gay. They became friends, and my dad later on found out. And even though he was like, "Oh snap, do I have to look out for?" They already established, their foundation as good people. And my dad didn't know because, according to him, they didn't act gay. Well, how do gay people act? Is there a way that they act? You wouldn't know because they were just themselves. They were themselves. The funny thing about them, in terms of being gay, would probably be in a real life situation where they ordered a steak, because again, they're not flamboyantly, order steak and it comes down well instead of like medium. And I could just hear him say, something along the lines of, listen, I'm a meat expert. I've had more meat in my mouth than you will ever. I know what medium rare is. Can you take this back before I make you my bitch? That, by the way, Hollywood, normal people talking in an elevated. I'm going to tell you right now that none of this movie is going to be realistic. It's going to be what gay Hollywood thinks straight people should see. And that stereotype is really, really like over exaggerated. Because I'm going to tell you right now, most of gay America that's not in Hollywood, they're just themselves. There's no gimmick. They're just you and me. They deal with the same problems that straight people deal with: rent and work. And I don't think that Hollywood is going to make a good romantic comedy about two gay guys because they forgot that they're just as normal as everyone else. And I'm going to give you my example. I have two examples here about really well done movies that don't shove shit down your throat. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry was fucking fantastic. I love it. I think it was great. But it didn't focus on the gay issue as the only issue. The real issue was the conflict. They're pretending and they're trying not to get caught, and then they become icons, and then they feel like liars. And that was the plot. What they learned from it and what they then try to express to the audience is not, hey, I'm going to tell you how to think. No, they had a conflict. They had character development. They just had all the parts of actual storytelling with an undertone so that the audience can grow morally. Fantastic. Second, The Birdcage. By the way, why isn't anybody going all up in arms that Robin Williams played a gay guy when he's not gay, and people are yelling at Bryan Cranston because he played a paraplegic or a quadriplegic? I don't know which one. I didn't watch it. Why? Why? Why are you not so up in arms then? Oh, because it was a fucking good movie. And Robin Williams is always killing it. You don't get mad that Robin Williams was colored blue because it misrepresents blue people. You didn't? No? But anyway, Birdcage was fantastic because it showed gay people. They dealt with hiding their identity because of the times, but also because it was a plot device. It wasn't, and they became comfortable with themselves. They became comfortable with everybody else. There was growth, there was character development, there was emotional attachment to these characters because these characters were normal. They were dealing with normal things, meeting the the parents of his son's fiance. That's a normal situation with normal emotions that everybody feels and the anxieties and are we going to be good enough and are there any secrets that we need to hide about our family so that our son we don't look bad to our son and our son's not to-be wife is not going to be scared away because we want what's best for him. Like all of these normal things, they are normal situations. The fact that they were gay in the movie has nothing to do with those core plot points, conflicts, and emotions that all people can relate to. That's how you make movies. And yes, there was some learning. We know what the message is. And we're not being told it. We're getting to watch it and experience it through the characters in movies and through the plot devices so that we have more of an understanding with the characters and how human they are to us as the audience. And then you learn the message. You learn the moral. But you can't just shove it down people's throat. Hollywood, please get better writers. So She-Hulk has all-female writers. I'm not going to fucking watch it. Not because it's all female writers, even though they're all looking at the entire thing through one perspective and telling a story through one perspective to an audience with many different perspectives or a wider perspective is really bad because you're just cutting the viewership in half. You're fucking stupid. Because they chose an all-female writing group just because they're female. That doesn't guarantee the quality of their writing. What have these people worked on? What are their merits? Have they written before? So I can't watch something written by a group of people who were chosen just because of how they were born rather than their merits. And that's why things are falling apart for you. Because these people don't have the perspective to write a good story. They have their own perspective to write a good story. And their perspective is skewed because you guys are Hollywood people and not normal-ass people. Normal people have normal problems, and we relate to that better than Hollywood people and their Hollywood problems. That's it. It's that simple. Also, if you keep hearing this little thing, because I have, it's my girl's bracelets. I believe it's Etsy Amethyst Blossom. So check it out. She makes them. Anyway, my bottom line is Hollywood. I wanted to yell. I wanted to scream. I wanted to call you idiots. And look how close I am to the camera. Hollywood, please do yourselves a favor and tell us a story. The greatest stories in all of history have had basically the same setup, and it's have a hero. Have us see how great that hero is. Give him a flaw. Have that flaw be the downfall. Have a downfall. Have to learn adversity. Have to grow. Show us the growth. Apparently Miss Marvel didn't have any growth. She was just amazingly awesome to begin with. Have some growth in the character. Let us grow with them. Even if we hate them in the beginning, when they fall, have them fall hard so we say, oh man, I've experienced something like that and his is further. Now I have compassion for him. Even villains, even the boys, you want Homeland, like there's enough understanding of Homelander to actually feel sorry for him as well as fear him. That's how you write characters. That's how you write stories. This is what you guys are doing, is recycling stories and switching certain aspects of it, and either you're making a fucking carbon copy of it or you've lost what it was original. I do have to say, Prey wasn't half bad. Give it a 7. I've heard a lot of bad things, and there's a couple things that I didn't really agree with, but all the things that people are complaining about, didn't see it, didn't really see it. There's only one thing where the guys are laughing at her for being a woman and they all get killed. But that was more of a shove down your throat, like, hate these men, and then when they get their comeuppance, celebrate. That honestly, that part wasn't really necessary. Everything else, I've heard all the bad things. How does she know Kung Fu? It wasn't Kung Fu, come on. You have to understand the history. These people rode horses and then jumped off them and fucking stabbed leopards. They're very athletic. They were always athletic. They had to be. That's how things were. And it's not just Native Americans. We're talking about everybody around that time period and before were very athletic. You couldn't sit on your ass watching fucking Netflix and type on a computer. So you had to be athletic. You had to learn how to use an axe. It stuck with the, what the hell is this thing? Where is it coming from? That just blindsided me, like the original. And you have to beat it through intelligence eventually. You have to be smarter. You have to survive. And know against an adversary that you know will rip you in half the second it gets. We get surprised when they get surprised. That's how you write audience engagement, mental engagement, emotional attachment. Guys, it's not hard. It's not hard to write something at least decent. If you want representation of whatever, write a story about that. Don't say, you know what? I really liked Aladdin, but there was no Icelandic, Nordic representation in Aladdin. Let's change them all to Vikings in Aladdin. Do you see how dumb this is? But you're doing it everywhere. Please stop.